Lesson 1.2 is applying the order of operations. I know that you are all familiar with "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally," and that's basically what order of operations is. First, in order of operations, step one is you're going to evaluate the expressions that are inside the grouping symbols. So grouping symbols are parentheses and brackets. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to evaluate the powers, the exponents, something to the power of something else. Then we're going to go ahead and do the multiplication and division from left to right. You have to go in order from left to right. So if division actually comes first, if it's on the left, you must do that first. And then finally we're going to add and subtract from left to right. So here we go. We're just basically going to do a few examples and then I will give you your assignment. So we have 20 minus 4 squared. So we don't have any grouping symbols, so we're going to go ahead and do the power. 4 squared is actually 4 times 4, or 16, and 20 minus 16 equals 4. And I do expect to see at least this amount of work. Again, we have no grouping symbols here, so we're going to evaluate the power. This gives us 2 times 3 squared is 9 plus 4. Multiplication from left to right gives us 18 plus 4. 18 plus 4 is 22. Ooh, having issues here. Okay, here again we have the power, so 32 divided by, this is 2 times 2 times 2, not 2 times 3. So 2 times 2 times 2 is going to give us 8 plus 6. We're going to divide before we add. 32 divided by 8 is 4, plus 6 is 10. And the last one with no grouping symbols, we have 15 plus 6 squared is 36, subtract 4. 15 and 36 is 51, subtract 4, and that gives us 47. Now we do have some grouping symbols, so we have to work within those. In the grouping symbols, we do have a power, so we need to take the power. 2 squared is 4. Now we have 3 times 8 minus 4 is 4, and 3 times 4 is 12. Here we have a couple sets of grouping symbols, so we'll work within the innermost grouping symbols first. So we have 2 times 9 plus 3 is 12 divided by 4. And now we'll work within our brackets. I'm going to just change the bracket to a parenthesis now that I don't have 2 sets of grouping symbols. 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 2 times 3 is 6. Next, in some cases you will end up having fraction bars. A fraction bar can act as a grouping symbol. You're going to evaluate the numerator, then the denominator, and then you're going to go ahead and divide. And then we're going to actually do what we did yesterday by evaluating the expression. So we're going to do 2 parts in one here. And when you're writing these down, this is what I expect to see. I do want you to show me 8 squared minus 3. I don't just want you to square it in your head and write down 64 minus 3. I want to see the 8 put in there. So we do have 64. Subtract 3 is 61. So here I'll expect to see 12 subtract 8 subtract 1. Just basic subtraction. 12 subtract 8 is 4. Subtract 1 is 3. And this one, since it's all straight subtraction, you can do it all in one step like this. Now we have 10 times 8 plus 1. You can either use a dot or parentheses. I prefer you not use an X for multiplication because you're going to use X as a variable in algebra class. And then we also have 8 plus 1. The note said evaluate the numerator, then the denominator, then divide. So we have multiplication, 80 plus 1, and then 8 plus 1 is 9. This gives us 81 divided by 9 equals 9. And that's it. Your assignment is going to be lesson 1.2 worksheet, the entire thing. And once you get it, I do need you to write the problems down on separate paper. You'll see that there's not enough room at all to show your work.